Cheers, love. The cavalry's here. Pew, pew, pew.
Gameplay first is the proclaimed mantra from Blizzard Entertainment. Why is it then not the first thing they show when announcing a new game? It's a flashy cinematic with cool action and intriguing worlds. I'll tell you why. Because it's actually graphics first. This is the reality that we got to deal with as developers. Being a developer myself means that I'm on your side, but you need to hear this. So let's rip the bandage off and get into the video about why graphics is the only thing that matters for your game. I'm not the only one with this opinion. I mean, just look at all the AAA game trailers. What caused you to buy your latest game? Was it the gameplay? Maybe you know the developer's earlier work. I don't think that's necessarily the reason, because your decision to buy that game was not only a conscious decision, but an unconscious one. Successful games has a certain appeal or X factor to them. It's hard to describe, but it's the thing that makes you go, I just need this game. Often you haven't even touched the game before you decide you're gonna buy it. You want it because of the way it looks and feels. This is something that Blizzard had figured out decades ago with their game Warcraft Orcs and Humans, which features a ton of cinematics to hype you up once you played the game. Just look at these AAA graphics. Back then you might only have experienced them through a demo, but it's still an advertisement. Graphics has a huge influence over if you're going to buy a game or not. Not that it needs to be hyper-realistic, it can also be nostalgic or wholesome. There are examples of the opposite. However, as it gets easier to craft graphics for games in general, the standard of games increases as well. When a YouTuber or the press covers your game, they also think about the clicks. If your game looks great, it naturally generates more clicks. If you try to post a picture and generate attention, that only happens if it looks captivating. Which brings me to your graphics multiplied by your marketing efforts equal your game's success. Yeah, that kinda sucks if you are not an artist, but there are ways to get around this, so don't get too discouraged. What can we do to improve our graphics? Good graphics doesn't mean you need to be a talented 3D artist or exceptional at drawing, because you can be good at either of those and still make an ugly game. It's more about the design and how each element is brought together. Does the graphics fit with the game and give the right sense of emotion while playing it? Does your game have appeal? Does it feel good to do certain actions in your game? Does it have the oomph and the it needs? Are you drawn into the world? It can be hard to even describe the game feel, and that's also why it's so hard to achieve, but you can achieve it with very simple graphics. Thronefall is a great example of that, so that's the good news. This is the bad news. If your game is failing at marketing, it might not be appealing enough. Nowadays you need more than the infamous capsule and have some movement to have a captivating devlog. You need a game that is quite far into its development, at least on the graphical side. It's worth putting effort and resources into nailing a look. It's something I realized with my own game, and I decided to go back and rework the art style, which meant redoing all the props and environments in my game. By the way, if this looks interesting, you should subscribe, because I share devlogs here on this channel. Once you have the appeal, it will leverage your marketing and it will start to become easy. Before you grab your torches and pitchforks, I want to mention that yes, gameplay matters as well, but not when it comes to love at first sight. It's more the thing that makes you want a long-term relationship with this game, and maybe even let it give birth to your kids. The games that I really love and adore have a solid gameplay. It's the games I come back to years later and still enjoy playing, because the gameplay is just solid. If there's a story in there that makes me cry, then that game will be ingrained in my mind forever. The power of games are really that it's not just a visual or auditorial medium. It's all of that spiced with interactivity. It really is the ultimate form of art or entertainment. However, all of the effort you put into the gameplay or the story is lost if the player doesn't even buy or download your game. That's why you need those juicy graphics to lure the players into your pancake house. If you try to make a game without graphics or oomph, I promise you, it's really hard. All the small animations, effects and audio is all the things you take advantage of to create the appeal. The masterminds behind Thronefall did not only succeed with the look of their game, they had 5 secret things going on for them. And I made a video about just that, which I think you should watch right now, since this video is over and I bet you will enjoy it. Bye!